Kanye West is famed for his music, his Yeezy collection, and of course, his controversial freedom of speech, which has often gotten him in the middle of some serious celebrity feuds. So where's the beef? Drake. While the two rappers were once very good friends, the goodwill between the pair soon faded after Kanye produced Pusha T's Infrared track in May 2018, which took several jabs at the In My Feelings rapper. In response, the Canadian native shared a savage screenshot via social media of a $100,000 invoice he sent to the designer for promotional assistance and career reviving after the single's release. The musicians continue to share shady snaps about one another in new songs and on social media until they seemingly made amends in November 2021. West offered to collaborate on a live performance and said he wanted to end the beef. They shared photos together on their Instagram pages later that month. Peppa Pig. Oh yeah, you heard me right. It's Peppa Pig. This has got to be the widest beef that I've ever seen. In 2021, Peppa Pig hit us with a post and deleted it, throwing shade at Kanye West and his Donda listening parties. After Pitchfork rated Peppa's adventures, the album 6.5 out of 10 followed by a 6.0 rating for Donda. Peppa Pig was not here for her half-point higher ranking. Peppa responded on Twitter, "Peppa didn't need to host listening parties in Mercedes-Benz Stadium to get that 0.5. This sass is nothing new for those familiar with the popular children's show and its main character." Ye didn't necessarily deny names on the list, saying, "Come on guys, the list is twice as long." He continues to troll us, adding at the end, "Wow, being rich is fun." Of course, the internet had questions and hilarious memes in response to the Yeezys versus Peppa beef. A social media user even searched Peppa Pig's height, insisting the unusually tall fictional pig can take on a bulky booty Kanye West. Now that was hilarious. Taylor Swift. As expected, Taylor Swift is also on Kanye's beef list. He initially clashed with the love story crooner at the 2009 MTV Music Video Awards when he interrupted her acceptance speech for the Best Female Video, noting that Beyoncé should have won instead. While the duo eventually buried the hatchet, their grudge was renewed when the rapper sang that he made that bitch famous, referring to the Cardigans singer on his 2016 track Famous. Pete Davidson. When we pointed out that Pete Davidson had Kanye in his feels and lives rent-free in Jay's head a couple of months ago, we didn't know just how right we were.
No, Kanye told me I had AIDS.
Davidson's relationship with Kim Kardashian recently triggered something dark but not unfamiliar in Kanye's psyche. These clashes were delivered through brusque Instagram posts filled with cringy memes and all-caps captions, most deleted as quickly as they were uploaded. From February 11, Jay began publicly positioning these people as the axis of evil against his own ally forces, pitting himself head-to-head against an unwilling Davidson. Kanye continued uploading disses to Instagram on February 13, complete with barely legible, punctuation-free runs. He deleted them so quickly, though, that they became impossible to follow or condone if you weren't a Yeezy sycophant. That one particularly low point that stood out, though, was when Kanye encouraged his fan to yell Kim Ye at Pete in public. Harmless fun. Crazy to think that anyone could possibly think it's not only okay to deliver a truck full of roses to your estranged ex-wife on Valentine's Day, which Kanye also did, but that is equally justifiable to encourage a horde of devotees to harass the guy she's dating. Seriously, if the embarrassingly public situation didn't involve celebrities, there'd probably be a restraining order involved, right? And while Ye were losing his shit on social media, Pete and Kim apparently had a nice couples night at a restaurant in Brooklyn. It's all part of Kanye's frankly alarming obsession with Kim. Makes me wonder if Ye's relationship with Julia Fox ended at least partially because of that. Just a little bit, maybe. Don't forget the same week, Kanye began throwing tantrums. He went clubbing with a Kim impersonator. Last year, he purchased a house creepily close to his ex-wife. On February 15, Kanye uploaded a half-hearted apology with proper grammar. Though he didn't really take responsibility for futilely dumping on Pete, to be honest, Jay is just jealous, and that's kinda pathetic, don't you think? But that's not all. Even after Pete and Kim break up, Kanye still continues to harass them. And surprisingly, it took him all weekend to wake up and choose violence. Well, he uploaded a fake New York Times newspaper headline to his Instagram, a clunkily revised image that doesn't exactly inspire confidence in the Donda rapper's Photoshop skills. Yep, Skeet Peterson, dead at 28. Classy. Kanye deleted the post a couple of hours later as usual. Kanye's unrelenting harassment of Pete got him banned from Instagram earlier this year. But if you take a closer look at Kanye's edited newspaper, you'll see a tiny diss lobbed towards former friend Kid Cudi, with whom Kanye cut ties earlier this year. Kid Cudi and Kanye West's longtime friendship hit a rough patch in February when the latter called out Cudi for being friends with Pete Davidson. You heard me right. Prior to the release of Donda 2, Ye took to Instagram to announce that Cudi will not be part of the album due to his friendship with Pete. And Cudi immediately responded to Ye's post, saying he never wanted to be a part of the album. Cudi continued via Twitter. We talked weeks ago about this. You're whack for flipping the script and posting this lie just for a look on the internet. You ain't no friend. Bye. 2 months later, Cudi confirmed that he wouldn't be working with West again. Last but definitely not least, Billie Eilish. The rapper has accused Billie Eilish of dissing fellow rapper Travis Scott during her show in Atlanta earlier this month. Kanye's allegation was made via an Instagram post of a now deleted photo by Rap-C TV, which accuses Eilish of throwing shade at Scott during a recent performance. The post is referencing a recent situation where Eilish noticed someone at her concert having trouble breathing. She abruptly stopped the show in order to get the fan an inhaler and calmly asked her fellow concertgoers not to surround her as she waited. Once the issue was resolved, the show continued on. In a video clip from the incident, Eilish is heard saying, "I wait for people to be okay before I keep going."
I wait for people to be okay until I keep going.
However, Ye started his own firestorm, stating that he would not be performing at this year's Coachella, which he and Eilish are scheduled to headline, unless she apologized for dissing Scott. The accusation comes months after a crowd surge at Scott Astroworld Festival resulted in the deaths of 10 attendees and over 100 injuries. In light of West's post, members of the victim families have also spoken out, and they think that Kanye was crazy to even let that demand come out of his mouth, since Billie was just trying to care for her fans at her own concert. What's your thought on this topic? Be sure to let me know. That's it for now, and see you soon!